Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 7 of my Arsenal career mode. Now today, I am currently top of the league by 2 points ahead of Spurs. We have no games currently to play, but that's just because we can't quite see them yet. We don't really know what the next game is yet. We do need to also do those player drills, and hopefully we can have a nice smooth episode where we win plenty of games and just really make good progress in order to maybe try and win the title by the end of the season. But yeah, thank you so much for the support in the previous episode, guys. If you could go hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe if you haven't already, that would be really appreciated as always. And also go share these videos around as well, that'd be even better. And follow me on Twitter so you can find out when videos are going live, and you'll find out straight away when a video gets uploaded. But yeah, let's move on to the players I'm trading. I'll be back in a minute once I've decided exactly who it's going to be this week. Okay, due to the fact that it's an international break at the moment, which is why we don't have any games currently, I have picked certain players that haven't really haven't been selected for their teams. So that means that the kind of like youngish players, other than Danny Welbeck, who isn't really that young anymore. We are going to simulate all of them, see what sort of results we come out with. Hopefully, it's fairly decent. It's alright. I think in terms of the progress that we made on the attributes, it's pretty good, but the grades aren't great either, let's be honest. The highest being C from Danny Welbeck and Gaia, and the rest being Ds. Anyway, we have made pretty decent progress on Bellerin's interceptions and standing tackle as well, so not looking too bad actually with those players. But again, share out the grades, whether that really made much of a difference, not too sure. But look at this. Apparently, there is some sort of situation going on with Ribery, so we'll add him to our shortlist. There's also something going on with Hazard as well, but apparently there's no further movement with that one. We'll add him to our shortlist. And also, Pjanic, is that how you pronounce his name? I don't know. But yeah, we're going to go for that as well. Potentially, we could get him in. That is one of the thoughts behind adding him to my shortlist. I think we might get him in, potentially. We'll just have to see how much he's worth, really. Be a decent signing for us, because all they're saying, get me out of here. Not really too sure I've seen too much of that from Cazorla, but whatever. They are 3 potential signings I might make in the summer. Obviously, we don't have loads of money to go and get them. We've got 23.7 at the moment, which isn't bad, really, but we don't have huge amounts to kind of go splash that sort of cash too often. Let's get on with this game, though, against Watford. And we actually have a game after it. I didn't quite catch what team it was, so I'll have a look on the calendar. And it's Sevilla, so we want to be playing that game in the Champions League group stages. So we are going to sim this game against Watford, play the Champions Cup game, and do I play the Everton game? I might play the Everton game as well, I haven't decided yet. Let's sim the Watford match, though. I'll be back in a minute once I've decided on what team I'm putting out. Okay, this is the team I've gone for the game against Watford. I've put out kind of a changed team, really. The only starting players that I usually play are probably Sanchez and Aaron Ramsey, really. The rest of the players have pretty much changed everywhere on the pitch. So it's heavily changed, but I still think it's a decent team, isn't it, really, to beat Watford with. So we hopefully should still win match. I think it's an away game, so it might even be even more risky for us. Let's have a little look. I'm pretty sure it's an away one. It is. We're going to sim the match. Hopefully, we can actually get a result here. You'd expect we do against Watford with this team that I put out. We've got Sanchez in the team, for God's sake. We need to be winning this one, surely. Let's see how we get on, though. Ospina has been a little bit iffy on occasions, but I'll tell you what, Prodl has just got himself sent off 25 minutes in, 2 yellow cards. I think it's pronounced Prodl. Anyway, no, it doesn't sound like Prodl. But anyway, we've got Dyer, who has come on for Watford. Still not managed to get ourselves a goal. 20 minutes left. Walcott on, Sanchez off. Skip. And there was 2 more goals in the game somehow. Walcott, anyway, equalised after Igalio got the first one. So it finished 1-1, which isn't great, really, is it? Let's be honest, against Watford. But again, it kind of helps us balance out the results a little bit for the ones I play, which I generally win when I play. So it kind of helps balance things out slightly in terms of the realism. Ward-Prowse is saying it's roll at the club. He's not happy with it currently. I kind of get that, to be honest. That's fair enough, I suppose. He's not really had too much of a game. He probably should have played, really, against Watford in that last match. We've got the game against Sevilla. I'm not going to do any of the player development things just yet. I might leave it till after the Sevilla game. We'll just have to see. We've got a Norway managerial offer. Not interested in that one, so we'll just reject it. And now I've got the game against Sevilla in the Champions Cup. So this is the team I'm going to be putting out. Ward-Prowse does start this match in centre mid alongside Ramsey. Other than that, it's pretty much my starting 11 that you'd expect from me. Let's go with this game. Hopefully get ourselves another win in the Champions Cup. That'd be really good to kick things off. Obviously, Arsenal haven't done that great, really, have they, in the Champions Cup this year, especially with poor results against Olympiacos, and who was the other one? Was it Dynamo? Something or other began with K. But anyway, they're not really doing that well, are they, in real life? They need to now beat Bayern, so it'll be tough for Arsenal IRL, but on this we are doing very well. I think it's 6 points from a possible 6, so we're doing pretty decent. Let's go on with the game, hopefully get ourselves another win. As Ozil, is he going to try and find Cavani here with the cross into the back post? Cavani, and it has gone out for a corner. I think it was a deflected header from Cavani. It was onto the shoulder maybe of the left back and out for a corner. Sanchez trying to find a decent header of the ball, and he's found Cavani and didn't really manage a good connection with the header there. We've won ourselves a free kick, I think, here from Ozil being kind of pushed off the ball, so I don't really think it's a free kick, but we'll take it. We are going to hopefully try and put it under the wall, as recommended in the comments in a few previous episodes. Can we get it under there? I'm pretty sure you hold LB. Let's try and slide it underneath. No, maybe you don't hold LB. Is it RB then? Not really too sure what happened there. Ozil running through here. Can he pull it back to Cazorla? Blocks, and Cavani with the shot. Oh, it was actually a little bit nearer than I expected on the turn. Cavani running through this time to shoot, and it's saved by the keeper. I don't know why suddenly it took the ball back behind Cavani. I'm not really too sure what happened. But anyway, it's the end of the first half. And not a great first half, to be honest with you. Not had any decent opportunities that I could have really scored from. The one you saw right at the end might well have been my best chance of the half. So, pretty poor from us. We need to try and step it up a little bit going into the second half. And that's also a bit strange because I was considering actually moving up the difficulty in this episode. Maybe that's something I don't do if we continue to play like that, because we were pretty average in that first half. So we'll see how we get on though in the second half. It might be the case I completely turn it around, or it might just stay the same. Who knows? Cavani through to Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez off the post. That was our best chance of the game so far. Should have been a goal. And what a goal that would have been as well. Lovely little ball through to Sanchez. Probably should have finished that one off. But maybe a little bit of a tight angle for him. Okay, we're now going to make some changes, and Ward-Prowse has to come off. He's not had a very good game for us, sadly. We'll bring on Francis Coquelin, and hopefully that improves things going forward, and also a little bit defensively as well. I think we also need to add a bit more pace into the team. So we are going to take Cazorla off, and I'm going to do something I was suggested in the comments, and that's sticking Ozil in the middle. We'll bring Sanchez onto the left and Walcott onto the right to play on their preferred sides. So we're hopefully going to do that, and maybe that improves things. Who knows? We'll just see how we get on. If not, Danny Welbeck might be the other option. Oh, what's a bad tackle. Again, I expected the player to come inside a little bit more, and therefore the tackle would have been absolutely fine, but in the end he just stayed on the outside and didn't cut in, which was very bizarre. So both our centre-backs now got bookings. I know we are in the 90th minute, but it's not ideal really, is it? Going into the last couple of minutes of added on time. We've got a cross here to put in, and Czech saves it really comfortably. Now can we counter-attack maybe? Oh, this is actually, that was nearly a chance. But Sanchez was not quite big enough to take that one under control. And that is it, we have drawn the game 0-0. Pretty disappointing match, that one. No goals at all. And yeah, it was a pretty poor game really, nobody scored. So we move on anyway. It's not that bad, I suppose, because we have won the 2 previous matches, but it'd be nice to have had all wins in the group stages. Okay, so I decided to train some more players after the game this time, and we are just going to simulate all 5 of those players. Hopefully I can get some more of their attributes up, and we can get them growing in overall. Let's see how we do. B, C, D, C, C. So not too bad actually. Only 1 D that time, which is pretty good. And distance shooting was a B for Danny Welbeck, so pretty decent actually across the board there. And that hopefully can now maybe start to get some of their values up slightly. Not at the moment, although saying that Danny Welbeck's actually gone up 40%, which is pretty decent. Yeah, now let's go on to the Everton game. Oh, here we go. It's nothing personal, boss. I just don't like the country. I'm struggling with the language, and I hate the food and culture. I'll never be able to settle here, and even though everyone at the club has been very kind to me, I think it's best if I get away as soon as possible. Cazorla wants to leave the club, guys. That is not good. He's kind of one of our main creators in there. And I say it's not good, but I suppose in a way it is a little bit decent because he hasn't been great in the midfield. I know in real life he's brilliant, but actually in game he's not that good for me. So maybe there's kind of a bit of a silver lining there, I'm not too sure. You might have noticed, if you have seen in the bottom right hand corner, we are no longer top of the league. Chelsea have overtaken us and are now 2 points ahead. So this game against Everton's pretty important. Saying that, I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to be playing the match afterwards, which is in the Cup. And I think I'm going to be putting out a slightly different team for this one. But I'll be back in a minute once I've decided on that team that can hopefully try and beat Everton at home. Okay, this is the team I've gone for. It's quite changed going forward, to be honest with you. There's quite a lot of changes there. I started Campbell up front just because he can play there pretty much. And the defence has changed slightly. Saka and Gibbs playing, and yeah, checks and goals. So should be enough to get us the win. Again, it has changed because I want to just rotate the side plenty so that all players are playing. Arteta also starts this match as well, which is something a little bit different that I don't usually do. Let's see how we get on. Oh, that isn't good. Giroud's got made it 1-0. Arteta misses a penalty against his old club and then scores 4 minutes later. So a very interesting first 10 minutes there. 3 opportunities to score, but only 2 of them taken. Should really be 2-1 up here, but we are into the second half and there's only 30 minutes left of the game. Barkley's been brought on, Naismith off, Ozil on, Ward-Prowse off. Giroud gets another goal against us. Mertesacker gets sent off, which isn't good. And yeah, pretty much Giroud just completely dominated our defence and scored 2. Why did I bother selling him to Everton? Should have sold him abroad. Another disappointing result from a match that I simmed. Oh my god. I mean, I don't like playing loads of games, that's why I sim matches. And really, with the team I put out, we should have won. It's Everton. We should have won that game with that team that I've got out there. The defence is one of our best. In fact, might be our best defence that I can possibly put out. So it was only the goal scoring side of things that should have been maybe a little bit different. But again, overall wise, our team is still pretty decent and probably should have really beaten Everton, especially with the home advantage as well. But let's get on with developing players, and we can obviously worry about the league after these cup games. Or sorry, this one cup game that I've got coming up. Let's go on with the drills though. We're back in a minute, so I've decided on what players I'm going to be doing the drills with. Okay, these are the 5 players I've gone with. Cavani, Welbeck, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Sanchez and Gimenez. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully we can have some decent results. I have got 2 of the harder ones in there for some of the better players, and they both come out with okay grades. Cavani not great with a D there, but Welbeck with a B, Oxlade-Chamberlain with an A, which is pretty decent, Sanchez with a C and Gimenez with a D, so not bad overall, kind of on average around the C grade type of thing. But yeah, that is not too bad for some of those players. Okay, this is the team I've put out for the Leicester City game in the Cup. It's actually one of my stronger teams, really. I've basically just dropped Cazorla and Cavani. Cazorla down to the fact that he's not been playing very well in game for me, and that's what you need when you're playing matches. You need players that actually play well. So that is what I've done. I've basically just brought in Theo Walcott as his replacement. Hopefully that's going to be good enough to beat the Foxes. And let's see how we get on. Come on, let's win in the Capital One Cup. Big match, this one. Can we redeem ourselves after some very poor results in the last few games? Hopefully we can, and the weather hasn't really helped us out here at all. We are in the rain. Ugh, awful weather again, and Dyer is going down that right-hand side brilliantly, and it's out for an early corner. Again through, this time to Danny Welbeck, cuts inside, blocks. Dyer off the post! How have you missed that? I'm pretty sure it was his right foot, but I did miss that one actually completely. I didn't even look what the player was doing, so right foot I think that one was, which probably explains why. And we've started off really lively actually here. Very good stuff from us. A couple of decent chances so far. Hopefully that continues. And maybe got a little 1-2 here to Sanchez. Oh, I thought he'd taken a heavy touch, and that is actually a poor finish in the end from Sanchez. Should have been a goal. Ramsey through to Danny Welbeck. Oh, he's been brought down. That's a bad tackle. Is it going to be a yellow card? I'd expect it to be a yellow, to be honest. I'm not going to say at least, because there was players behind him, so it will just be a booking as we thought. And a fairly decent range. I'm not brilliant at free kicks, though, on this game, so we'll have to see how we get on. 70 free kick accuracy. 77 for Sanchez. Ozil looks like he's got the best one, so we'll go with Ozil, as you'd expect. Left-footed chance here. Can we curl it in? Oh, it was actually just curling away from goal and was a little bit nearer than I expected. But we are getting a little bit closer with those free kicks. Ozil's won it back brilliantly here. Through to Danny Welbeck. Inside to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey! Oh no! Another wasted chance. and it's at half-time as well, I think it is. And the first half has finished 0-0. So, yeah, again, not a brilliant first half. Better in terms of the way we started, created more chances. Still didn't score any though. I'm going to take Ozil off because I don't feel he's quite fast enough through the middle to do anything really, to pressure on the ball or anything like that. So I'm going to take him off, bring on Cavani, stick him up top and Welbeck in behind. Hopefully that improves things. I'm really struggling for other things to change around here because we are playing fairly well, just not getting the luck with those chances that we are creating. Cavani running in between the defenders, still going. Oh, another save by Schmeichel. Should have just prodded it round him there. Pretty disappointing. Another corner for us into the danger zone because Shelney should have done better. Cavani through to Danny Welbeck again. Surely we must make something from this one. Cuts inside. Danny Welbeck still going, and it's 1-0, 74 minutes in. We've finally broken the deadlock and finally broken our couple of games without a goal. And potentially we might get ourselves a win here as well. There's still 15 minutes left. I was going to pass it to Cavani, but I kept on running with Welbeck, and that is a brilliant finish on the left foot. 1-0. Through to Danny Welbeck, and just couldn't quite get there. Now I'm going to make some changes. 11 minutes left, just to kind of shore things up a little bit. We are going to bring on Arteta, take off Danny Welbeck, and just slow things down and go a little bit more defensive. Now, not completely defensive, just slightly more defensive. Not completely, though. We are also going to bring on, I think, Oxlade-Chamberlain, take off Walcott, maybe. Fine, we'll take off Sanchez instead, and we'll switch around Walcott and Oxlade-Chamberlain. And that is going to be it for all the changes that we'll make. Arteta's through here. Can he keep running, Arteta? Go on! Oh, yes, 2-0, 90th minute. The substitute scores. For some reason, he was pushing really far forward, Arteta, towards the end of this game. Brilliant strike, anyway. And that is what we needed, a super sub to secure the win. 2-0. We've made it look a little bit easy with that 2-0 win now. But I suppose we should have really got those goals in the first half at the very beginning of the game. But we just didn't manage to finish it off. We've now managed to get them towards the end of the match when they're a little bit less deserved. But still, probably got ourselves a 2-0 win here, judging by the fact that we are in the 90th minute and into added on time. And that is it. That is the end of the game now. 2-0. Brilliant result. Let's get on with some... in fact, we don't have any more matches to play because it's the end of the episode now. And as you can see, here is the tournament tree. Supposedly we are playing Swansea, who beat Liverpool 1-0. But sometimes that does change and the tournament tree thing isn't particularly reliable. So, might be playing Swansea, it might be a completely different team, who knows. And speaking of Swansea, that's the team I've got up next. But first, look at this. Jack Wilshere is back from his injury. Back in training anyway. Brilliant news for us. That means I can have the Jack Wilshere and Aaron Ramsey combination in the middle. But that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe as well. That'd be really appreciated. Also, don't forget to share this video and go follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.